Hi, my name is Eric Wilson. I'm an independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next 6 to 7 minutes, I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2019 f-150 so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, coming in on the front right tire, you got about 60% tread on aggressive snow tire, so down a bit but definitely not out. Now, coming behind the front right tire, first thing I want to point out is this is the right lower ball joint. This is critical because it holds the wheel to the chassis, and it is tight. Now, this is the most important thing of any vehicle because it's the right outer tie rod. It's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering, and it is tight. Now, this rubber boot right here, that is your right outer CV boot. Now, it's full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place. Important that it's not, because it keeps the axle lubricated and keeps it going forward. Now, this shock, if you follow it up here, this shock is full of oil. And if it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. So that is good and dry and doing its job. The right inner CV boot right here, see for yourself, good and dry. Your brakes, you've got about 20,000 K left on your front brakes, so you definitely got some good brakes left on your front there. Now, this is your right sway bar link, and if you just notice from here to here, it is connected and in doing its job. Now, as far as now, just a shot under the motor here. This is the bottom of the oil pan right here, and see for yourself, good and dry. Another spot if it was going to leak would be right in here. You got see right inside there. Now, if you look behind that, if you look behind this piece right there, if you look behind here, right in here, if it's going to leak, it would leak right in there because that's where a drive shaft comes out of the tranny. See for yourself, good and dry. So another place, if it was going to leak, would be leaking right on here at the bottom of the motor, and see for yourself, good and dry. So I'm not seeing any leaks so far. Now, coming across to the front left tire, again about 60 to 70% aggressive snow tires, plenty of tread for the winter time. Coming below, the left lower ball joint is tight, the left outer tie rod is tight, the left outer CV boot, good and dry, left sway bar link connected from here to here. Your left inner CV boot, again, there you go, that's good and dry. And more importantly, but right behind it, a leak point would be right in there, okay? Because that's where the drive shaft comes out of the axle, or the drive shaft comes out of the tranny, and see for yourself, good and dry. Now, the shock is a little dirty, but definitely a little muddy, but definitely not oily, and that's important because it's full of oil, and you'd see oil dripping all the way down there if it wasn't. So, leak-wise, brake-wise, suspension-wise, I am not seeing anything of any concern so far. Another leak point right here is where the drive shaft goes into the front diff. If it was going to leak, it would leak right here, good and dry. Now, this is your catalytic converter. That's one, and this one is another one. Now, there's nothing wrong with them. Trouble is that people are reaching under and going cut and going cut and going cut and going cut. And in a matter of 7 to 8 minutes, you've now got about a $1,500 repair job because people are stealing cats more all the time. Well, the good news is that if you buy the vehicle, I'm going to install a catalytic theft protection system on here, on this one and on this one here. And the good news is that it's going to stop people from stealing your cats, and it's going to cost you nothing. So if you buy it, simply contact me and I will install the catalytic theft protection system, no cost, no obligation. And that's if you buy. Now, another leak point, if it was going to leak, it would leak right here where the drive shaft comes out of the diff, comes out of the tranny to the rear diff, and see for yourself, good and dry. Bottom of your transfer case there, again, if it was going to leak, you'd see it all the way along there, bone dry. So I'm not seeing anything of leak-wise concerns so far. Now, coming into the rear tire, you got about 50% tread, a little less tread on the rear right than you have on the front there. Now, your your spring suspension, I'll just follow it along here. Okay, your spring suspension on the right side, no cracks, no breaks. Your rear right shock, again, full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. Now, that is good and dry. Your back brakes, you're going to need pads, okay, because they're down. So a set of rear pads in the back is what you need for Actually a set of rear pads and rotors you need for the back because they're definitely down. So other than that though, I'm not seeing anything exhaust wise. All your exhaust is intact, no cracks, no breaks. Your rear, you got your spare tire, so all that's good with that. Now another place, if it was going to leak, here's where it goes into the drive shaft, goes into the right to the rear diff, and you see this is the leak point, and you see for yourself, good and dry. Bottom of the rear diff there, good and dry. Okay, now coming across to the left rear side. First of all, I'll show you the spring suspension, no cracks, no brakes. Now again, your back, you're going to need back brakes and rotors, definitely, 100%. Your rear left shock, again, real dry, good and dry. It's important because it's full of oil. I'm not seeing any evidence of leaks here at all, other than mud, which is kind of, it looks like it's been some pretty dirty places. Other than that, I'm not seeing any issues so far other than rear brakes. Okay, you've only got 88,579 K, no cracks in your windshield, no check engine lights, dash nice and clean. Okay, I'm going to take you out and show you the condition of the motor now. Okay, with the motor running. Okay, here's a shot of the exhaust with the motor running. No concerns. That water you see coming out of there, that every motor produces water. That's just part of the combustion, but it's not smoking. No concerns on your exhaust. So folks, I am not hearing anything of any concern on your motor. The only issue that I have found on this vehicle so far is rear brakes and pads. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything of any concern. So hopefully this will make an informed decision. And now, and at the same time, if you buy it, get a hold of me because I'm going to put the catalytic theft protection system on, no cost. And I'm going to give you a 10% fuel saving device. I've used it for 20 years, never fails, and that costs you nothing. Both of those things will take me like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to install, and it's no cost if you buy. Now, if this is not what you're looking for, let me know because I have access to literally hundreds of vehicles, and I'm prepared to do this tech video on any single one of them. No cost, no obligation. Just let me know what you're looking for because I not only can find what you're looking for, but I can make sure you know what you're getting without surprises because you just simply need to buy safe with Eric.